Well, hello there, and welcome to the Europa League quarterfinals legs number 1. Yes, we had the Champions League leg 1s on Monday. We now have the Europa League on the Wednesday. See what teams will have a first leg advantage going into the second game in a week's time. Good for now. Let's see what happens.
Boys, if you want a discount on your energy, go and get my discount in the description. New Dan 10 at checkout. Peace.
And we're starting off in Bono for Bono Glidden and Lazio. Now, in the round of 16, Lazio played against Pilsen and they beat Victoria Pilsen and Bono Glidden. Let's say dismantled Olympiakos. When I mean dismantled Olympiakos. They battered Olympiakos. And I'm going to say, in this game, it's going to be 3-2 Lazio after leg 1. And we now move to Tottenham Hotspur versus Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, Tottenham came through a different and tough game against AZ Alkmaar, coming from behind after the first legs. And Eintracht Frankfurt breezed past Ajax. But I do think over 2 legs, the second leg being in Frankfurt, which, as we know, is an incredibly tough place to go and play any sort of football in Frankfurt, is a very, very hard thing to do. But it's at Spurs first. What will Spurs do? 2-0. No, 2-1 Eintracht Frankfurt. Sorry, Josh. We now move to Olympic Lyonnais versus Manchester United. Now, United came through an absolute tough game against Sociedad. We have to say a massive thank you to our leader, Bruno, who managed to get a hat-trick involving 2 penalties. Sociedad got a man sent off very early on in the first half, so that made their life a lot harder. But there was 4 penalties in total, 2 from us and 2, I think, from Sociedad, which were put away by Mickey Oyarzabal. But there was no match for our masterful man in the red, in the armband, in Bruno. But Olympic Lyonnais dispatch of FCSB, and this is probably our toughest test in this competition so far, coming against some of our 4 players, i.e. Nemanja Matic, and was Wilfried Zaha, but now he's at FC Charlotte in America after a Derby Day draw against City. Will we have one eye on this? What do we do in Lyon? In the French. 2-0 to Manchester United. Can we keep a clean sheet in front? Probably not, no. And our last game of the game week is, and the leg 1 is, Rangers versus Athletic Club. Now, Rangers, they've had previous before in these sort of competitions, coming through an epic game, an absolute epic game against Fenerbahce. Honestly, that game was mental. From 3-1 up in the first leg to 3-all after normal time and extra time at Ibrox. Fenerbahce won the game 2-0 on the night, but then Rangers and Jack Butland went on a madness and saved them from, let's say, an embarrassment. But Rangers now set up a game against Atletico Club de Bilbao, who put Roma also away on a penalty shootout. So both these two teams have had penalty shootouts in the round of 16. But I mean, if the round of 16 was anything to go by, this game could be the best one of the game week. I'm going to go 2-2 in this game, and that will bring the Europa League first legs to an end. The Europa League look better than the Champions League in terms of second legs, in terms of first legs and second legs. But the games are better than the Europa League because there's more teams and more drama. Well, same teams, but more drama. I'll see you on Friday for a Premier League one predictions. But for now, I'll leave you with the Europa League. What will happen in Game Week 2 of both Champions League and Europa League? Find out the Champions League one on Monday. Find out the Europa League one next week, Wednesday. But until then, boys, I will leave you with the Europa League. Goodbye.